The Bears signed quarterback Trevor Siemian to a 2-year, $4 million contract. Could be worth up to $5 million. This would be a backup to Justin Fields. That's what it is. Siemian's always been a backup. The Bears are also exploring trading Nick Foles. Now, Foles had success with Nagy in the beginning, and then it went sour. That's the nature of Nick Foles' career. Always good in one system, but when he goes to another system, it doesn't really work out. And you have to have him in little short spurts, or else it goes really bad. Rena Stewart is the new assistant special teams coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a Packer. He was a coach for the Packers. He played 5 years in the NFL. I like the signing. It's just filling the roles the Cowboys have, unless they create more. The Commanders signed vet pass rusher. I'm going to try to say this name correctly. Faye Obedu, former Buffalo Bill. Decent enough signing. You can take it what you get. The Jets signed former kicker of the Dallas Cowboys, Greg Zuerlein, who, if you look at his percentage, he made about 83% of his kicks, a little almost 84%, but he missed 6 kicks last year, 3 extra points, and 3 field goals. 6 extra points and 6 field goals. Missing a combined about 24 points, which could have definitely helped the Cowboys in some of those games. We will talk more about Zuerlein in a future video. The Chiefs to sign Ronald Jones, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who was in the doghouse in the Bruce Arians system. Confrontation between DeMarcus Lawrence and Stephen Jones was settled by Jerry Jones. And I mean this from a money perspective. But we'll have to get back to this to give my full intake. The Detroit Lions are going to be on this year's Hard Knocks, which I think I'm probably going to like. I want to see what Dan Campbell's like in the locker room. What's he like in the meetings? How does he actually do his thing? I want to see this firsthand. But back to the Stephen Jones and DeMarcus Lawrence and Jerry Jones triangle. Stephen Jones for the Cowboys works the finances. He's the basically de facto general manager, even though Jerry Jones has the title. Stephen doesn't believe in paying your guys exactly what they're worth. He tries to chop them off at their knees. He lowballs them. Tank Lawrence this year was supposed to make anywhere between $27 and $28 million. At $20 million gap, he was going to make $27, $28 million on the cap this year. Stephen Jones had the idea, let's rip up the contract that you previously had, and I'll give you a new contract. 1 year, $10 million. Now, if that's not cutting you off at the kneecaps, I don't know what it is. I'm going to lose $10 to $18 million to come back for 1 year and you only get 10? No. Why would I do that? In fact, Tank Lawrence brought it a step further and said, if you're going to do that, release me. He went a step further. And Jerry Jones, and Tank Lawrence said this, it was on an article, and I saw this on Friday, he said, on Saturday, he said, I only stayed a Cowboy because of Mr. Jones, because of Jerry Jones, because of Jerry Jones. The reason why he said that was I wasn't getting anywhere with Steven, and Jerry Jones stepped in and said, no, here's what we'll do. You're in line to make $70 million. Let's give you in the next 3 years. So, let's give you a 3-year contract, $40 million salary over the next 3 years, and $30 million guaranteed. $70 million, all they did was basically restructure the contract by giving him a new one. That's all they did. But that was Jerry Jones. That's all he did. He didn't do anything crazy. But that's why he's the DeMarcus Lawrence stayed, because Jerry did that. And it was not chopping him off the knees. He still took a pay cut, but it was not chopping him off at the knees. Same thing happened with Dak Prescott's contract the year prior. I don't care what the Cowboys say or what Stephen Jones said about it. Well, this contract would have been done in a week. I don't believe that. It only happened because Dak Prescott poked his head in, Jerry Jones did the same, and they got that deal done. You can say all the faults about Jerry Jones. He's an incredible businessman. That's the truth. He's an incredible businessman, and he just kept, the last 2 years, Dak Prescott and DeMarcus Lawrence. To me, he should give the control of Stephen Jones either back to himself or to essentially their assistant general manager / advanced scout, Will McClay. I think that's what they should do, and he should go to Will McClay and say, you have the authority to do it the way you want, but I want intake. That's what he should do. He won't do that, but if you can see what he's just done the last 2 years, he should do it. Will that happen in the future? Who knows? But that's just the way Jerry Jones does business.